The price of Bitcoin has reached a new all-time high, passing 120,000 US dollars. It comes as a number of important digital asset laws are set to be voted on by US Congress this week. The bills are likely to provide cryptocurrencies with the US regulatory framework that crypto insiders have long demanded. Joining us now from Melbourne is Dr. Aaron Lane, who's a senior lecturer in law with RMIT University's Blockchain Innovation Hub. Aaron, welcome to you. So why is the price of Bitcoin so high?
Well, it's good to be with you. Price is always a function of demand and supply, and prices are a great mechanism for conveying information. And I think there's four things that are going on here. The first is really long-term adoption. More and more consumers are accessing cryptocurrency. Here in Australia, we know that now over 4 million Australians have a cryptocurrency account, and this is growing in the hundreds of thousands and millions of consumers just in Australia every year. And so if we expand that around the world, there's millions of people that are coming on and investing in crypto assets. So while the prices might go up and down and fluctuate within the course of a week, it's important to keep in mind, I think, that what we're seeing is a long-term adoption of digital currency in the world. The second is that institutional investors are coming on board as well. Big banks, superannuation funds, and even governments. Recently, the United States and one of the states in Texas announced that they were going to have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. So that is governments holding cryptocurrency on their balance sheets, and while they're making those purchases, that's going to have an impact on price. Thirdly, the regulatory environment. As you mentioned in the introduction, there are 3 bills before the US Congress this week. One of those is designed to really promote stable coins and competition in the stable coin market, and bring banks in particular into that product market. The next bill is called the Clarity Act, and is trying to provide regulatory clarity for cryptocurrency and crypto assets more broadly, in terms of who gets to regulate and what powers that they have, and what things are covered and what aren't. And the final one is really an anti-central bank digital currency bit of legislation that means that those sort of stable coins will be in private hands. And I think fourthly and finally, we can add in the global trends that I think at any time of stability, people will look to a secure, safe asset, and Bitcoin as digital gold is really filling that void.
I want to ask you about stablecoin in just a moment, but you kept saying currency there, and I wonder, I've read a lot about this. Is Bitcoin a currency or a commodity?
It's a great question. Bitcoin started as a native digital currency. It was designed as the digital currency for the internet, and it allows people to exchange and store value without those banks and intermediaries. But I think what we've discovered in the last 15 or 16 years since the launch of Bitcoin, that it's actually more akin to digital gold. It's a scarce, decentralized, secure asset. People are not using Bitcoin to make everyday payments. And that's where stable coins come in, where people are using stable coins for everyday transactions.
What are they, Aaron? What's the difference?
Well, stable coins are tied to a currency, typically the US dollar, but they can also be denominated in other currencies. And so that you are paying $1 US for that transaction, that it's going to be pegged to the US dollar. It's not going to wildly fluctuate between one day and the next.
There's always been concerns about volatility. I mean, there always is when you're talking about money. But when you've got, as you say, Aaron, investors, pension funds starting to look towards cryptocurrencies, is the volatility aspect more of a danger?
Well, we see volatility in a lot of different markets. And so, yes, the cryptocurrency prices can fluctuate between 1 month and the next. But we also see that in a variety of other markets as well. And so I think what we're seeing in the crypto asset market more broadly is that maturation of the market, and regulators, at least in the US, we've got the legislature coming to the table. Australia has been waiting for the parliament to act for quite some time now. We're hopeful, I think, that we can see some legislation come in the second term of the Albanese government, but that remains to be seen.